happening on, kala mo pinopromote no? Happening on June 12.
June 12,
meron
araw ng
palang-
kalayaan ito.
Oo, Manila Marathon.
Oo. At ito ay gagawin sa EDSA.
Sa EDSA.
EDSA. Hindi po kayo nagkakamali ng dinig sa EDSA po.
Saan
Pero ito ay
dun?
sa EDSA Carousel, sa
di
bus
masikip.
lane.
Di ang sikip.
Masikip. Yung pagdarausan. Ito 42 kilometer mula po yan sa SM Mall of Asia patungo sa SM North EDSA.
Kasi ito ay sponsored yata ng SM Supermall.
Yes, ito ay 6,000 mga runners ang lalahok dito sa Manila Marathon 2026.
Well, maganda naman ho yung ganyang mga programa.
Correct.
Ang problema mo yung venue.
Yung venue, di ba?
Baka pwede sa ano na lang.
Sa iba.
Halimbawa yung North Luzon Expressway, baka pwedeng ayaw mo
NLEX
rin.
talaga.
Sa NLEX na lang.
Or Mabuhay Lane.
Hindi, pag mabuhay lane kasi dadaan ka ng mga
Loob-loob.
squatter-squatter.
Oo,
Ayaw mo
loob-loob.
naman na ipakita yun sa mga bisita nating mga
Agad.
foreigner.
Oo. Kaso
Hindi,
ba...
Subic Bay na lang. Subic Bay o kaya saan pa ba pwede na tumakbo?
Hindi kasi ako runner, partner.
Oo, same.
Hindi tayo masyado makarelate sa partner.
Hindi masyadong nagtatatakbo. Makakausap po natin si Binibining Mary Abigail Modales. Siya po ang active transport lead ng Move as One Coalition para alamin po yung kanilang opinion dito. Good morning po, Ma'am Mary Abigail. Si Xander po ito at si Angel.
Good morning, ma'am.
Gandang umaga po, Xander and Angel.
Opo, ma'am, how do you want to be called ba? Abby, Mary?
Abby na lang po.
Ayan, Abby. Opo. Ang unang tanong namin, ano ba yung Move as One Coalition?
Ang Move as One Coalition po ay samahan ng higit sa 77,000 individual signatories and 140 plus organizations that is fighting for safer, more inclusive, and humane transport system dito sa bansa natin.
Okay.
Okay, Ma'am Abby, bakit niyo po tinututulan ng inyong grupo ang paggamit po ng EDSA busway dito nga po sa tinaguriang EDSA Marathon 2026?
Ma'am Angel, ikaklaro ko lang po dahil merong misconception na kami ay against sa marathon mismo. In fact, ang coalition namin ay hindi against sa marathon. In fact, we encourage doing the marathon and we actually encourage doing it in EDSA. But what we oppose to is the design or the actual plan and implementation on the day of the marathon, which is to utilize the EDSA busway system and to open the lanes, the other car lanes, yung outer lanes natin for the movement of private cars and vehicles. So the reason why we oppose to the use of the EDSA busway, dahil yung oras po ng marathon ay crucial hours para sa mga commuters. Magsa-start po yung marathon at 12 midnight and it's expected to end at around 8 a.m. Ito pong crucial hours na ito from 12 to 5 a.m. ay mga oras na sarado ang MRT at LRT.
Correct.
So ito pong kaya ang the commuters rely on on our EDSA busway para may masakyan sila papunta sa trabaho o kaya pauwi. Especially sa mga call center agents or those who have jobs na sa gabi nag-uumpisa.
Kasi may mga nagsasabi naman na June 12 naman ito.
Basta
Kumbaga,
official.
holiday naman, baka pwedeng pagbigyan na rin.
Exactly, sa Xander tsaka Angel. Kasi that's exactly why we want, our proposal is instead of using the EDSA busway, let us close the EDSA from for the use of private vehicles. Because ito pong may sasakyan, they already have their independent means of transport. If EDSA is unavailable, kayang-kaya at mas madali para sa kanila makapaghanap ng alternative routes na gagana para sa kanila. But our commuters do not have that option kasi hindi naman independent yung mode of transport nila. They rely on the bus system. And if we close the outer lanes and we allow our runners to use it, we also expect that the people supporting them will be able to come. And it's closer to our pathway. Mas malapit siya doon sa sidewalk. So yung mga sumusuporta nilang pamilya, kaibigan, they can watch. Pwede silang hintayin, pwede silang panoorin along the side of the pathway na mas malapit doon sa outer ways. And we can use the whole stretch of EDSA exactly to the point na holiday ito, and then the hours are 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Then we can use this specific window to close it off to private vehicles and allow the pedestrians and cyclists or the runners and the supporters of the runners to enjoy the day with the participants of the marathon.
Opo. Pero Ma'am Abby, gaano po ba ka-feasible yung mungkahi niyo po na car-free EDSA kahit nga isang araw lang? Ito yung sa June 12 po.
So the EDSA busway on an average ang daily ridership niya is 180,000. And it's able to service more individuals than private vehicles. So it's much easier to design the car flow. When it comes to the logistics of it, our MMDA is capable. Right now, may mga naging plans na sila on how they're going to reroute or ilalabas yung pwesto ng mga buses natin doon sa outer lane. Nakapag-isip na sila ng logistics paano paggaganahin iyon when in fact yung mga sakayan natin ay nasa gitna or nasa innermost lane. If they're able to think of a logistics on that, then they're able to think of possible routes where our private vehicles can use instead of the EDSA when it's closed off during the marathon.
Oo, so para malinaw po yung inyong mungkahi, totally isara na po ang EDSA para gamitin sa marathon and then itira yung bus lane.
That's right. Let's close the lanes that's being used by private vehicles. And for the public transport, let's leave it as is because this is the open window that's being dependent on ng mga nagko-commute nating mga public commuters.
Kasi kung ikaw naman ay marathoner, ganun ba ang term?
Hindi kami kasi runner, Ma'am Abby.
Kung ikaw ay sasabak sa marathon, ayoko naman na nandun lang ako sa isang lane.
Oo, parang ang sikip
Ang
nga
sikip,
naman.
di ba, yung
Lalo na
mga-
6,000 sila.
Yung mga marathon natin ginagawa sa Ross Boulevard, 'di ba, yung mga malalaking kalsada.
And also there is the issue of health. Ang
Oo.
mangyayari ay dahil mas maraming lanes ang bukas for the
Sasakyan.
transit of private vehicles, mas maraming usok yung
Tama.
masasagap
Correct.
ng ating runners.
Oo.
Instead of just one lane open for the EDSA bus na continuous siyang babiyahe, it's just one lane that will have a vehicle or our public transport na gagana compared to multiple lanes that are open for the use of private vehicles. Mas di hamak na kakaunti yung emissions ng public buses natin.
Nadidefeat na neto kumbaga yung purpose mo na maging
Pagtakbo,
healthy.
correct,
'Di ba?
correct.
Kasi andyan yung pollution 'di ba? Andyan pa rin yung mga sasakyan. Pero Ma'am Abby, ano po ang tugon dito ng MMDA? Nakonsulta ninyo na po ba dito ang ating pamahalaan?
As of the moment, the MMDA has no we have no active communication with regards to their reaction to our statement. So this statement, we released it 4 days ago. And the MMDA has yet to recalibrate or at least a reaction to whether they are considering a change of plans. Because in our position, this is actually a good opportunity. Total, gusto naman na gamitin ang EDSA. This is a good opportunity for everyone to see what needs. Parang magiging community audit siya eh. So the runners can see, pag ginamit nila yung EDSA, the runners and the supporters of these runners will be able to see which parts of EDSA really need rehabilitation and really need maintenance or improvement. And this is going to be an opportunity not only for the runners, them supporting them, but also for the officials of MMDA and relevant agencies. Makukuha nila yung makukuha nila yung mga reaction and yung inputs ng mga runners natin.
Oo. Abby, sa grupo ba ninyo napag-usapan ninyo yung option kung halimbawa hindi sa EDSA? Saan pa kaya pwede gawin? Yung mga alternative na mga pwedeng venue?
To be honest, Xander, we really see the marathon happening in EDSA. We consider it as a good venue for the marathon because since last year of May 2025, we've been involved in community audits, making sure and giving our inputs to MMDA, DOTR, and DPWH, showing the parts of EDSA that needs rehabilitation, especially pag pinag-uusapan natin yung accessibility and pedestrianization. So we have to make EDSA our main thoroughfare to be accessible to any to every and all individuals. So this includes persons with disabilities and senior citizens. So we actually see it as a good venue to hold the marathon. So when it comes to alternatives, we just see that EDSA is a good venue, but there has to be a better plan in place.
Opo, pero sa sektor naman ng negosyo, Ma'am Abby, paano po natin matitiyak na hindi mababalam yung pag-transport naman ng mga kalakal, especially now, meron po tayong energy crisis.
Right. So, we recognize that during this time period, yung 12 midnight to 8 a.m. So, katulad to the point of MMDA nga and to the point of our supporters, this is the marathon is going to be held in just one day, holiday pa, and limited time hours. So even the route planning for the delivery of goods and services, MMDA can effectively plan for it. We still have a few more days for it. And if they start recalibrating the plan and changing it into our proposal, then there's still time to make sure that there's no impediment sa sa daloy ng mga deliveries na ito.
Oo, at ang inyong grupo rin isinusulong yung Walkable EDSA, no? Walkable Philippines kung pangbuong Pilipinas. Sa palagay ba ninyo, sapat yung ginawang mga rehabilitation ng pamahalaan dito sa ating main thoroughfare in Metro Manila?
So it's still ongoing, Xander. But initial comments ay, first, when it comes to the walkability of it, we see substantial change sa ating namang mga sidewalk. And we recognize that the inputs of the sector and community were taken into account habang itong habang underway yung construction at rehabilitation ng EDSA. But one part of the rehabilitation that the sector really is pushing for is the improvement pa ng mga bike lanes. So when we say na accessible dapat at EDSA, hindi lamang ito accessible sa mga naglalakad, kundi accessible din sa kahit na sinong gumagamit ng active mobility. Kabilang na dito ang mga nagsisiklista o nagbabike papunta sa kanilang mga trabaho. So we see that there has to be more improvement pagdating dito sa disenyo ng mga bike lanes na ito. But overall, we are yet to see the full rehabilitation of EDSA. Section by section siya nangyayari ngayon. It comes in phases. And for now, we recognize the expansion of the sidewalks, but much more is to be done sa ating mga bike lanes.
Oo, kasi last time parte para meron tayo na interview.
Yung mga biker group
Yung mga
naman.
biker group, ang sinasabi nila napakakitid nung ating bike
Correct.
lane. Tapos meron pa dyan na pagbaba ng MRT ba yun?
Oo.
Doon yung bike lane.
Tapos andun din yung pedestrian.
Pedestrian. So
Yeah.
parang siksikan silang lahat. So paano nga magkukos ito ng aksidente?
Correct. That is also the position of our bike organizations under the coalition. Hindi safe na sinama sa sidewalk yung bike lanes. Yun mismo yung pinapatungkulan ko kanina. So, what is safer for our cyclists sa ating mga nagbabike commute is a separated, protected lane that's separated from the movement of cars. Merong physical segregators, may mga physical bollards. Ayan, yung katulad ngayon, lumalabas ngayon sa screen ngayon. Yan yung delikadong disenyo ng bike lanes. Dahil kasama nito yung accessibility pavements or yung na nandito sa ating sidewalk, and it mas prone pa siya sa accident.
Mhm. O siguro habang papalapit itong Manila Marathon at hindi natin alam kung mapipigilan ba ito dun sa EDSA busway, ano yung mga hakbang ng Move as One Coalition na meron ba kayong parang effort to reach out sa pamahalaan rather than yung paglalabas lamang ng ating mga statements on social media? Yun bang parang physical dialogue with them?
Yes, so the coalition has always been active apart from sa external efforts namin, which is all, of course, calling out and bringing light to this issue through our statements. Kami din po ay nakikipagtrabaho on the back end, and within this week we have a scheduled meeting with MMDA to be able to give our inputs into the upcoming marathon. So we wrote a letter to them, and the agency has allowed us or has given us a schedule to be able to dialogue with them.
Ayun, very good.
Sa ibang usapin, Ma'am Abby, kasi 'di ba, ang goal nyo rin ay magkaroon ng kumaga walkable ang Metro Manila at eventually ang buong Pilipinas. Kamusta ba ang monitoring nyo doon sa ating mga footbridge? Ito ba'y safe na bang daanan? Kasi marami tayong nakikita before na may mga kawad ng kuryente. 'Di ba? Yung parang nakakatakot, dumaan tapos ang dilim, walang 'di ba parang
Mabaho,
oo,
madumi.
may nagtitinda, lahat andoon na. So kamusta po ang monitoring po ninyo?
When it comes to footbridges, Ma'am Angel, we don't agree with the design of footbridges because the way that footbridges are designed is it encourages more car speed. So the reason kaya may ang disenyo ng footbridges ay elevated at mataas,
Para
ito
makadaan ng
ay
kotse.
really a way.
Mhm.
Oo, para mas makadaan yung mga kotse, mas mabilis sila makadaan without regard to slowing down in case may tatawid na pedestrian. So our position here is here is instead of footbridges, let us just do at-grade crossings. Ito ay mga crossings, mga tawiran na may slightly elevated para to discourage car speed. Ito ay mas mura compared sa pagbuo ng footbridge. Ito ay mas mabilis buuin compared sa pag-construct ng footbridge. And this is more accessible, especially sa mga persons with disabilities, sa ating mga senior citizens, kasi hindi na nila kailangang umakyat ng pagkataas-taas na mga hagdan katulad nito ngayon.
Parang kagaya sa BGC, parang humps. Di ba, ma'am?
Yes.
Oo.
Parang ganoong design. So at-grade crossing are better. The position of the coalition ay mas okay siya kaysa sa footbridges.
Yun. Okay, with that, Miss Abby, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras at panahon dito po sa aming programa. Mabuhay po kayo at ang Move as One Coalition.
Maraming salamat po.
Nakausap natin si Binibining Mary Abigail Modales, siya pong active transport lead ng Move as One Coalition. So yun, parang baka tama nga na buong EDSA na lang ang isara natin. No?
Oo